So a brand offered me $1 million to do a post.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to say who the brand is, but they typically knock off Yeezy. It's great money. Like, let me ask Kanye how he feels about it. And he's like, no, babe, I really don't want you to do that. So Mother's Day comes and...
In this explosive video, we'll dissect one of Hollywood's most high-profile breakups and discover why Kim Kardashian finally decided to move on from her marriage to Kanye West. Prepare for shocking revelations, because the truth is far more complex and disturbing than you imagine. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like this video, and tell us in the comments what you think about this affair that shook the world. The love story between Kim Kardashian and Kanye West seemed like something straight out of a modern-day fairy tale. He, the controversial musical genius; she, the queen of social media and business. They met in 2003, but it wasn't until 2012 that their romance truly began, when Kim was fresh off her whirlwind marriage to Kris Humphries. What followed was an unprecedented media whirlwind, culminating in their lavish wedding in Italy in 2014, estimated at $12 million. For years, Kim and Kanye presented the image of the perfect couple. They welcomed 4 children together: North in 2013, Saint in 2015, Chicago in 2018, and Psalm in 2019. The latter 2 were born via surrogate due to medical complications Kim had experienced during her earlier pregnancies. This blended family seemed to embody the modern American dream, blending fame, fortune, and cultural influence. However, behind this perfectly orchestrated facade lurked a very different reality. The first signs of tension appeared as early as 2016, when Kanye was hospitalized for exhaustion and mental health issues. This period marked a turning point in their relationship, as Kim discovered the extent of her husband's bipolar.
He happened to be out of town, and I get, my flowers and whatever, and then I get an envelope. So I open the envelope, and it's $1 million check, and it was a note saying, "Thank you for always supporting me." In the rest of the envelope, it was a contract to be an owner of Yeezy.
When I orchestrated facade lurked a very different reality. The first signs of tension appeared as early as 2016, when Kanye was hospitalized for exhaustion and mental health issues. This period marked a turning point in their relationship, as Kim discovered the extent of her husband's bipolar disorder. She later revealed that she had to learn to navigate this new reality, trying to protect their family while supporting Kanye through his most difficult times. The real cracks began to show publicly in 2018, during Kanye's controversial interview with TMZ, in which he declared slavery a choice. The usually supportive Kim publicly distanced herself for the first time, stating that she disagreed with her husband's comments. This public stance marked the beginning of a series of disagreements that would grow over the years. 2019 brought its share of disturbing revelations. Kanye began publicly expressing his opposition to certain family decisions, particularly regarding their children's education and Kim's fashion choices. He openly criticized the Kardashian family's lifestyle and questioned their influence on their children. These private disagreements gradually became public, creating palpable tension that the media was quick to exploit. The 2020 presidential election marked a turning point in their relationship. Kanye announced his candidacy for the U.S. presidency at a rally in South Carolina, revealing intimate details about their private lives, including the fact that they had considered abortion during North's pregnancy. This public revelation deeply hurt Kim, who felt betrayed and unwittingly exposed. She then posted a rare moment of public vulnerability on Instagram, explaining the challenges of living with someone with bipolar disorder. Kanye's public attacks on his in-laws intensified. He regularly accused Kris Jenner of manipulating the family and criticized the media system in which the Kardashians operated. These repeated attacks created a toxic atmosphere within the family, with Kim finding herself caught between her husband and her biological family. The pressure had become unbearable, especially as these conflicts unfolded under the scrutiny of a global public. The final straw came with a series of tweets Kanye posted in July 2020. In them, he accused Kim and her mother of wanting him committed and compared his situation to the psychological horror film Get Out. He also revealed details about their attempts at couples therapy and threatened divorce. These public revelations crossed a red line for Kim, who had always tried to protect their family's privacy despite their media exposure. The situation escalated further when Kanye began publicly criticizing Kim's outfits, claiming she dressed too provocatively and that it was damaging their marriage. He even publicly asked his wife to cover up, creating a social media controversy. This attempt to publicly control his wife's appearance was seen as an unacceptable line, not only by Kim but also by her fans and women's rights advocates. The impact of these tensions on their children became a major concern for Kim. She later revealed that she worried about the effect their father's erratic public statements would have on North, St. Chicago, and Som. This maternal concern played a decisive role in her final decision, as Kim prioritized the well-being and stability of her children above all else. In September 2020, Kim began consulting with celebrity divorce lawyers. This process, initially kept secret, reflected her growing determination to end her marriage. However, she made one last attempt to salvage their relationship, organizing family therapy sessions and trying to convince Kanye to undergo regular treatment for his bipolar disorder. The beginning of 2021 was marked by a growing geographical distance between the couple. Kanye spent the majority of his time at his Wyoming ranch, while Kim remained in Los Angeles with the children. This physical separation reflected their growing emotional estrangement. The rare public appearances together seemed forced and theatrical, fueling speculation about the true state of their marriage. Kim finally filed for divorce in February 2021, citing irreconcilable differences. This carefully considered decision marked the end of a nearly 7-year marriage and a relationship that had captivated global attention. In the legal documents, Kim requested joint custody of their 4 children and a separation of their considerable assets. The most disturbing revelations about the reasons for the divorce emerged in later episodes of the family show and in various interviews. Kim explained that she felt alone in her marriage, having to manage her flourishing career, raising their children, and Kanye's recurring outbursts. She described sleepless nights spent worrying about her husband's mental state and trying to limit the damage caused by his controversial public statements. Financial issues also played a role in their separation. Despite their considerable personal fortunes, Kim and Kanye had polarizing views on managing their businesses and raising their children financially. Kanye favored risky investments and ambitious artistic projects, while Kim took a more conservative and strategic approach to their family finances. Another determining factor was the growing incompatibility of their life visions. Kim, a born entrepreneur, saw the future through the prism of business opportunities and the expansion of her media empire. Kanye, an artist at heart, sought an artistic authenticity that sometimes distanced him from the pragmatic realities of their family life. These philosophical differences, initially a source of mutual attraction, became insurmountable obstacles. The influence of social media on their relationship cannot be underestimated. Kanye used Twitter as an emotional outlet, sharing his most intimate thoughts without filter. Kim, a master of digital communication, understood the implications of every post and constantly tried to manage their relationship's public image. This difference in approach to social media created constant tensions and repeated misunderstandings. The intense media pressure also contributed to the unraveling of their relationship. Every outing, every gesture, every look was analyzed and commented on by millions of people. This constant scrutiny made genuine reconciliation difficult, as their slightest attempts at reconciliation were immediately publicized and distorted by the media. The impact of their marital problems on the Kardashians' business empire had become a cause for concern. Brands associated with Kim were beginning to worry about the potential repercussions of the Kanye-related controversies. This additional economic pressure reinforced Kim's determination to distance herself from her husband to protect not only her family but also her business interests. Couples therapy, attempted several times, proved unsuccessful. Kanye constantly questioned the therapist's qualifications and often refused to take his medication regularly. This resistance to treatment made any therapeutic progress nearly impossible, further frustrating Kim in her efforts to save their marriage. Kim's personal growth also played a crucial role. Her law studies and her commitment to criminal justice reform gave her a new perspective on her life and priorities. This personal growth distanced her from Kanye, who did not necessarily share these new intellectual and social aspirations. The final months of their marriage were marked by desperate attempts at public reconciliation, notably on Kim's 40th birthday. However, these efforts seemed motivated more by image considerations than by a genuine desire to rebuild their relationship. The facade was becoming increasingly difficult to maintain. Today, looking back, it seems that Kim and Kanye's divorce was inevitable. Their initially complementary personalities had become incompatible with the pressures of fame, the challenges of mental health, and the responsibilities of parenting. Kim made the courageous choice to prioritize her well-being and that of her children, ending a relationship that had become toxic despite the love they still felt for one another. This story teaches us that even the most high-profile and seemingly perfect relationships can hide complex and painful realities. It also raises important questions about mental health, marital support, and the limits of what a person can endure in the name of love. But now that you know the full truth about this breakup that captivated the world, one question remains: do you think Kim could